So in this lecture, we are starting a new chapter, chemical bonding. So what do you mean by a bond? Anyone? What is meant by a bond? Not in the context of chemistry, you can answer in general context. What is a bond? Anyone? Shiv Prasad?
Attractive force.
An attractive force. Okay, a bond is nothing but an attractive force. Any other specific definition for your? Absolutely right. A bond is nothing but an attractive force. Very good. Or kuch? Is there any benefit that is obtained because of a bond?
Stability.
Okay, there will be stability.
They help in the formation of chemical compounds.
They help in the formation of a chemical compound, a molecule. Okay.
They hold various constituent atoms or ions together in different chemical species.
Okay. Okay. So basically we can say a bond is nothing but an attractive force between the two participating entities, which will lead to the stability of the system. Okay. A bond is nothing but an attractive force between the two participating entities that will eventually lead to the stability of the system. Whenever there are attractive forces, what happens to the energy of the system? Will it decrease or increase?
Increase.
Increase.
Okay. Energy will increase. Increase or decrease?
क्वेश्चन क्या था?
Whenever there are attractive forces, what happens to the energy of the system? Will it increase or decrease?
Increase.
Increase.
Increase के अलावा कुछ सुनाई नहीं दिया मुझे. Increase या decrease?
कम हो जाएगी.
हाँ, कम हो जाएगी.
Increase.
No, it will not increase. It will decrease.
Attractive force से stability आती है.
Attractive forces से stability आता है. More is the energy of the system, less is the stability. So whenever there are attractive forces that are formed in the system, obviously the energy of the system will be decreased. So I can say the process of formation of chemical bond, will it be exothermic or endothermic?
Exothermic.
Exothermic.
It will always be exothermic. Okay. उसका उल्टा मतलब the process of breaking of a bond, it will always be endothermic.
Yes,
sir.
Okay, because you are separating the atoms or you are breaking the attractive force. Okay. And हमको ये भी पता है ये जो noble gases है, noble gases do they form any bonds?
No.
No,
right?
sir. They are stable first.
They are already stable. The general observation is that noble gases have independent existence. Independent existence matlab they can exist in atomic form. Apart from noble gases, no other element has independent existence. We know the noble gas configuration. What is the general electronic configuration of noble gases?
NH2NP6.
NH2NP6. So this particular NH2NP6 configuration, the outermost shell configuration of NH2NP6 is associated to stability. And that I am saying based on observation. ये जो noble gases है, they are already stable, hence they are having independent existence. If they are not stable, they will be forming some bonds with some other atoms and they will be achieving stability. But हमें ये पता है they are not forming any bonds. इसका मतलब they have to be stable, right? And I am associating that particular stability to their electronic configuration. the outermost electronic configuration of noble gases is ns2np6. So that particular ns2np6 configuration is associated to stability. So बाकी जो भी elements रहेंगे, whenever they are trying to form a bond with another atom, they will try to achieve that particular ns2np6 configuration. They will try to achieve the configuration of the nearest noble gas. Okay. There has to be some rules, right? They are forming a bond, okay, but every bond or every agreement will be having some points. According to those particular points, they will be achieving, the participating parties will be achieving some stability. So whenever atoms combine to form molecules, or whenever atoms are forming chemical bonds, they will always try to achieve that particular nearest noble gas configuration, which is ns2np6. This can be done either by loss of electrons, or by gain of electrons, or by sharing of electrons, जो आप लोग अपने 10th class में भी पढ़ा होगा. Loss and gain of electrons lead to the formation of a type of bond called ionic bond.
Ionic bond.
Sharing of
Ionic
electrons,
bond.
exactly. Sharing of electrons lead to the formation of a bond called covalent bond. ठीक है? So in chapter में, इस particular chapter में we will discuss in detail about ionic bond, उनका properties कैसे बनेगा, conditions favorable for a formation of ionic bond. Then we will be discussing in detail about covalent bonds, उनके properties, bond lengths, बहुत कुछ बात करेंगे. This chapter is very 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 important chapter. Please focus everyone. Okay. So थोड़ा introduction लिख लेते हैं. So if I take noble gases, their general electronic configuration is ns2np6, and this particular configuration is also called as octet, मतलब the outermost shell or the valence shell has 8 electrons. Okay. Or this particular configuration, inert gas configuration, are associated to stability. And why am I saying this? Why are they associated to stability? Because of their independent existence. Okay. Or else I can say, except noble gases, no atom exists independently but a group or a cluster of atoms can exist, and that group or cluster is called as, referred to as, whenever you have group or cluster of atoms together, what is that called as?
Molecule.
Molecule. Good.
Molecule.
That is, a molecule can exist. A molecule can exist and will be formed only when it is more stable when compared to the individual atoms. Only when it is more stable and has lower energy than individual atoms. Is this clear? Okay. और एक पॉइंट लिख रहा हूं. Noble gases are monoatomic and has 8 electrons in the valence shell. Therefore, noble gas configuration is associated to stability. जो पहले पॉइंट लिखा ना वही is associated to stability. एक बार let us see what exactly happens whenever atoms approach each other, or when can we say a bond can be formed between two atoms. Suppose if I am taking hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecule, what is the formula for hydrogen?
H2.
H2. So can I say two hydrogen atoms are approaching each other to form a bond, and they will be forming some H2 molecule. Okay.
Yes.
So if you are suppose मान लेते हैं ये एक हाइड्रोजन एटम है having nucleus and one electron, and there is one more hydrogen atom, nucleus and an electron. So whenever these two hydrogen atoms approach each other, can I say there will be repulsive forces among the electrons, among the electron clouds? अभी ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी, ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी, इन दोनों के बीच में कौन सा फोर्स रहेगा? रिपल्सिव फोर्स. And there will be repulsive forces among the nuclei. इन दोनों के बीच में भी there will be repulsive forces. Will there be any attractive force?
Yes, sir.
There will be attractive force between electron density of one atom and the nucleus of the other hydrogen. Okay.
Yes.
And similarly, there will be attractive forces between this electron and this nucleus. So you are having attractive forces as well as repulsive forces. Okay. So if the net force is attractive in nature, then only it will lead to the formation of a bond. If the net force is repulsive in nature, then there won't be any bond formation. Okay. So suppose it is leading to the formation of the bond, इसका मतलब attractive force बना होगा. In that case, energy will be released. Okay, these are isolated atoms. Whenever there is bond formation, हमेशा there will be attractive forces as well as repulsive forces. If the net force is attractive in nature, then only it will lead to the formation of bond. I hope this is clear. Or else I can write, if the net resultant of all these forces is attractive in nature. If it is attractive in nature, the energy of the system will be decreased.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
the energy of system decreases and a chemical bond is formed. वो जो net attractive force है ना, that net attractive force is nothing but the chemical bond. Okay?
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. So what happens in a chemical bond? What are the electrons that will be participating in bonding? Will the inertial electrons participate?
No, sir. Outer.
Valential electron.
Valential.
Whenever you have a chemical bond, only the valential electrons will be participating, because we need to ensure NH2 NP6 configuration or octet configuration in the valential. So only the valential electrons will be participating. Okay. So I can write in general, in a chemical bond, only valential electrons participate. And I can say energy is released. Energy is always released Is my handwriting clear?
Yes, sir.
In the formation process. Okay. Okay. So there are two scientists, Kossel as well as Lewis. They proposed that whenever atoms are forming bonds, they will try to achieve that noble gas configuration. And they said that this can be done either by loss or gain of electrons, which will lead to the formation of ionic bond, or by sharing of electrons, which will lead to the formation of covalent bond. So ये जो particular idea है, this is proposed by two scientists, Kossel and Lewis. Okay, so they have defined something called valency. What is meant by valency? आप लोगों को भी पता होगा. What is valency?
The number of electrons which can be shared
Okay.
or transferred.
Or transferred.
Balanced electrons that participate in bonding.
Okay, that is the modern definition, or that is the exact definition. The total number of valence electrons that are actually participating in bonding. Okay, that is called as valency, or basic general definition. It is the combining capacity of an element. ऐसा कुछ पढ़ा होगा आप लोग 10th में. The number of electrons that are actually participating in bonding is called as valency of a given element. So वो definition भी लिख लेते हैं. Today's lecture is introduction. अगर आपको बोर लग रहे हैं तो kindly excuse me. बाद में interesting होगा. Kossel and Lewis concept of electrovalency. Valency, it is the combining capacity of an element. Suppose if I take hydrogen, what is the valency of hydrogen? 1. If I take oxygen, what is the valency of oxygen?
2.
2. Chlorine,
1.
1.
1.
One.
sodium,
One.
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 Very good. Magnesium?
Two.
Two.
Okay. Nitrogen?
Three.
Three.
नाइट्रोजन इज 3. गुड. ये समझ में आ रहा है क्या आप लोग को? वैलेंसी कैसे लिख रहा हूँ?
Yes. sir.
हाइड्रोजन में you have 1 electron. If you participate that electron, you can get 1 more electron. मतलब और एक इलेक्ट्रॉन चाहिए उसको in order to have helium configuration. Oxygen's outermost electrons are 6. In order to have 8 electrons, it should gain 2 more electrons. Hence the valency is 2. Chlorine has outermost electrons as 7. Octet complete होने के लिए you need to gain 1 more electron. Hence the valency is 1. Sodium has valence electrons as 1. If it loses that 1 electron, it will have NH2 NP6 configuration. Hence the valency is 1. Magnesium's outermost electrons are 2. If it loses those 2 electrons, it will have noble gas configuration. Hence the valency is 2. Nitrogen's outermost electrons are 5. So 8 होने के लिए it has to gain 3 electrons. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is according to the number of electrons it is losing or gaining. ये वाला definition में. But according to modern concept, modern definition, it is defined as total number of valence electrons responsible for chemical combination or chemical bonding. Okay. Okay. Do you have any idea on Lewis symbols?
No.
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No.
No, sir.
Lewis symbols कभी okay okay ठीक है. पहले कुछ points लिखता हूँ. After that I will mark the Lewis
सर वो
symbols.
क्या सर्कल डॉट को?
अब वही ये जो Lewis है, Lewis pictured the atom. Lewis pictured the atom in terms of a positively charged kernel. ये जो positively charged kernel है, it includes the nucleus and all the electrons other than the valence shell, which included the nucleus and the inner shell electrons. If I am taking nucleus and the inner shell electrons, the nucleus का charge ज़्यादा रहेगा ना. I am excluding the outermost shell electrons. So the number of electrons are lesser than compared to the number of protons. Hence, he called it as a positively charged kernel. Okay, and the outermost shell and the outermost shell which can accommodate a maximum of 8 electrons. मतलब क्या है? Suppose if I want to write the Lewis symbol, अगर लिथियम का Lewis symbol लिखना है, what is the electron configuration of lithium?
1s2,
1s2
2s2.
1
2s1.
is to 2 is to
1.
2.
1s2 2s1
1.
बस. Okay.
Yes.
So the outermost shell is having one electron ना. So show it as lithium. outermost shell में एक ही electron है. So we will be showing one dot. So this is the Lewis symbol of lithium. Suppose if I want to show the Lewis symbol of beryllium. Beryllium में outermost shell में कितने electrons है? 2 electrons.
2.
So 2 electrons को mark करो. This is the Lewis symbol of beryllium. Similarly, what will be the Lewis symbol of boron, carbon, fluorine? You can either show dot or you can also show cross. Your wish. Boron में 3 outermost electrons है, 1s2, 2s2, 2p1, right? So 3 electrons. You can show them in any way. And for carbon, you have 4 electrons. You can either represent by a dot or you can also represent that by a cross. In fluorine, you have outermost electrons. How many?
7.
7. 7. Fluorine has 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be the Lewis symbol of fluorine. Okay. ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. Just represent the element along with its valence shell electrons. That is nothing but the Lewis symbol. Okay. So according to these two scientists, according to Kozel and Lewis, elements try to attain noble gas configuration by, they can do so by gaining of electrons. If something is gaining electrons, which property of it must be more?
Electronegativity.
Electron affinity or electronegativity. We will talk in terms of electronegativity. If it is gaining electrons, it has to be electronegative. Electronegative elements in the periodic table. Which part of the periodic table has electronegative elements?
Right side.
Towards right. P block, towards right. Or they can also do so by losing electrons. If they are losing electrons, can I say they are electropositive or less electronegative? Electropositive, matlab metals. Or they can do so by sharing electrons. Okay. ठीक है. So ये कब कब क्या होता है? Whenever an electronegative element comes close to another electronegative element. In that case, neither of the elements are willing to lose electrons, right? Both of them wants to gain electrons. So उस particular case में क्या होगा? There will be sharing. So which will lead to the formation of covalent bond. If I'm having an electronegative element coming close to an electropositive element, the electronegative element wants to gain electrons and the electropositive element wants to lose electrons. So it will lead to the formation of exchange of electrons, which happens in
Ionic.
ionic bond. If you are having an electropositive element and another electropositive element, anyone, any idea? If two electropositive elements are close, like the bond between a sodium and sodium, entire sodium metal के अंदर, या if you are taking iron, उसके अंदर the type of bonding it is called as metallic bond. We will not go in detail about metallic bonding, but we will see the definition and we will understand the the basic definition of it. Okay. Okay. So there are basically three types of bonds: covalent bonds found between two electronegative elements, ionic bond found between an electronegative and an electropositive element, metallic bond found between electropositive elements. Okay. और else further classification देखते हैं. Classification of bonds. The bonds can be between atoms which are called as interatomic. What is meant by bond? A bond is nothing but an attractive force. The attractive force can be among atoms. The attractive forces can be among molecules as well. Molecules के बीच में भी attractive forces रह सकता है. वैसा कुछ attractive forces के बारे में हमने कुछ कभी पढ़ा क्या?
हाँ.
कौन से?
Van der Waals.
Very good, very good. Van der Waals forces are bonds among the molecules. Dipole-dipole interactions, induced dipole interactions, ये सब. Very good. ये जो interatomic है, these are nothing but ionic, covalent, metallic. एक कोवलेंट में ही इस पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर में स्पेशल टाइप ऑफ कोवलेंट बॉन्ड देखेंगे, which is called as coordinate covalent. Also called as dative bond. You can have intermolecular, मतलब the attractive forces among the molecules. These are called as Van der Waals forces. इनमें you have dipole-dipole, induced dipole, ion dipole interactions. I'm not marking them. Van der Waals forces का ही part है ये hydrogen bonding, but अलग से पढ़ेंगे. But this is also a part of Van der Waals force only. Hydrogen bonding, which is the strongest form of Van der Waals force. Okay. ठीक है. We will start with the ionic bonds. First, we will do analysis of ionic bonds. Then we will go to covalent bonds. यहाँ से chapter थोड़ा interesting होगा and it is very important. Ionic bonds are also called as electrovalent bonds. Okay, let us take 5 minutes break. उसके बाद continue करेंगे. Okay. So what happens in an ionic bond?
Electrons are
Electrons are shared.
Electrons are transferred. One atom will be losing electrons and the other atom will be gaining electrons, and in the process both of them will be attaining noble gas configuration, which is NH2NP6. The atom which loses electrons forms cation and the atom which gains electrons form anion. So इसलिए हमने ionization energy और electron affinity करके कुछ concepts पढ़ा. So ionization energy में होता क्या है? Cation is formed, right? Electron affinity में होता क्या है? An anion is formed. So based on those properties, we will be judging the formation of an ionic bond. Okay. करते हैं analyze in detail. So first I will write the definition. The bond formed as a result of transfer of electrons from one atom to another is called as ionic bond. It's called as ionic bond. Suppose if you have A and B, if A is losing electrons to B, it will convert into a cation which is positively charged, and if B is gaining electrons, it will convert into an anion which is negatively charged. After the transfer of electrons, A will be attaining NS2NP6 configuration or helium configuration. B also attains NS2NP6 configuration. Once they achieve this configuration, they will not part ways. मतलब A positive ऐसे चला जाएगा, B negative ऐसे चला जाएगा, वैसा नहीं होगा. Because of the generation of charges, there will be development of an attractive force. Whenever you have charges, there will be generation of attractive force, and such force is called as Coulomb's force of electrostatic attraction, जो हमने बोर सीरीज में भी देखा. Whenever you have positive and negative charge, you have a force called Coulomb's force of attraction, which is given by K Q1 Q2 upon R square. Okay, so that particular attractive force in this case is nothing but the ionic bond. Attractive force, which is Coulomb's electrostatic okay. That attractive force is nothing but the ionic bond. Example. Tell me some examples of ionic molecules.
NaCl,
MgC.
MgCl2,
NaCl, KCl,
MgCl2.
MgCl2 या NaOH. NaOH में NaOH मैं अभी नहीं लिख रहा हूँ. You have an ionic bond between Na positive and OH minus, but OH के अंदर covalent bond है ना.
NaF,
NaF, MgO,
MgOH.
NaF, NH3 नहीं रहेगा. NH3 is a covalent molecule. Ammonia is a covalent molecule, etc.
Al2O3.
काफी है. Al2O3, okay, it has both. Okay, you can say Al2O3,
AlCl3.
AlCl3,
CaO.
CaO काफी है.
CaCO3.
CaCO3, AgCl, it has covalent nature more. AgCl बात नहीं करेंगे, बाद में डिस्कस करते हैं AgCl के बारे में. Let us understand now in detail the steps involved in the formation of an ionic bond. Okay, that is given by Born-Haber cycle. It tells us about the formation of an ionic crystal. Formation of an ionic crystal. Okay. If you want to form NaCl, how will you form NaCl? What are the reactants you take in order to form NaCl?
Na plus Cl.
Na plus Cl. What is the naturally existing form of sodium?
Na.
Na, sodium solid. If I want to form NaCl, I will be starting with sodium and I need to take the naturally existing form of it, which is Na solid. What is the naturally existing form of chlorine?
Cl2.
Cl2.
Yes.
Is it a gas or solid?
Gas.
Yes.
Cl2 gas gives rise to
2Na plus Cl2 is equal to
2Na.
NaCl solid. I am trying to form only 1 mole of NaCl. So I will balance this as Na solid plus Cl2 gas gives rise to NaCl solid. Okay. Let us observe some things. NaCl के अंदर you have Na as Na positive and Cl as Cl minus. इसका मतलब क्या है? ये जो सोडियम सॉलिड है, I have to convert this Na into Na positive. Similarly, ये जो Cl2 molecule है, I need to convert that Cl into Cl minus. What is the process of conversion of Na into Na positive called?
ionization.
Ionization, and the energy which we require is called as ionization energy. What is the exact definition of ionization energy?
Minimum amount of energy required to remove the outermost electron.
Again,
Isolated gaseous atom.
very good.
Isolated
The
gases.
last point is important. It is the minimum amount of energy required to remove the electron from the outermost shell of an isolated gaseous atom. अभी ये जो sodium है, in which state do we have sodium? We have that in solid state, right? So in order to have ionization, you need to first convert that sodium solid into sodium gas. So what are the steps that will be involved? So stepwise process में होता क्या है? First the sodium solid gets converted into sodium gas. Na solid converts into Na gas, and in the process, and this particular process is termed as sublimation. Conversion of solid directly into gas. It is called as sublimation, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So first जो sodium है, it sublimes to Na gas. So now that you got sodium in gaseous form, you can supply ionization energy. So in the step 2, Na gaseous will convert into positive
कुणाच्या माझा काय संबंध त्यात?
Na positive and electron. The process is called as
Ionization.
okay. ठीक है. So we got the sodium as
Ionization.
yeah. You will be supplying ionization energy. इधर मैं energy mention नहीं कर रहा हूँ. In this particular process, Na solid plus sublimation energy will give you Na gas. You need to supply some amount of energy in order to convert solid to gas. And in the process, you need to supply some ionization energy, and it will be converting into Na positive plus electron, and the process is called as ionization. Okay. Now we have sodium as Na positive. We need to get Cl as Cl minus. If we get Cl as Cl minus, we will be having a bond between Na positive and Cl minus, which is the ionic bond. So in order to have or in order to get Cl minus, what we need to do? You need to add an electron to Cl. It is called as electron affinity. Again, what is the definition of electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy? It is the amount of energy released when an electron is added to outermost shell of an isolated gaseous atom. But now we have chlorine in which state? We
Gaseous
have the
state.
chlorine in molecular state, Cl2 molecule है ना? First of all, we have okay, वो gaseous में ही है, but we have the chlorine in molecular state. The definition of ionization enthalpy is amount of energy released when an electron is added to outermost shell of an isolated gaseous atom. So पहले क्या करना पड़ेगा? So
Atom में convert.
atom में convert करना पड़ेगा. So during the process, during the formation of bond, first that Cl2 dissociates into atoms. So this half Cl2 gaseous will give me 1 mole of Cl gaseous atoms. एक molecule में 2 है ना? So if I'm taking a half mole of Cl2, I will get 1 mole of Cl gaseous atoms. Can I say that?
Yes, sir.
And that particular
Sir.
process, I am breaking the bond between Cl and Cl. It is called as bond dissociation. You are providing bond dissociation energy and you are breaking that particular Cl2 into Cl gaseous atoms. I hope this is clear. So now you have chlorine in gaseous form. Now you can give the electron. Cl gaseous plus electron will now convert into Cl minus gaseous. In the process, the energy changes are called as electron gain enthalpy. What is meant by enthalpy?
Heat.
Enthalpy is nothing but heat. Good. So now you have sodium as Na positive and Cl as Cl minus. So when both of them, अभी ये electron कहाँ से आया है? जो sodium ने lose किया है,
थोड़ा
that
सा.
electron only is accepted by Cl. Okay, and it got converted into Cl minus. So now when Na positive gaseous comes in vicinity or comes close to Cl minus gaseous, there will be a generation of attractive force. Whenever there is generation of attractive force, what happens to the energy? Will it be decreased or increased?
Decreased.
Decrease.
So in this process, energy will be released. That energy is called as lattice energy. That energy is called as
Lattice energy.
lattice energy. So first, let us try to understand what is meant by lattice. Lattice होता क्या है? Lattice is nothing but regular arrangement of ions, or I am simply mentioning them as species in space. Space मतलब in three-dimensional geometry. If you see ionic compounds, in ionic compounds you have regular arrangement of positive and negatively charged ions. Positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay. This particular regular arrangement leads to the formation of an entity called lattice. So ये जो lattice है, ये lattice form होते समय जो भी energy release हो रहा है, that particular energy is called as lattice energy. Okay, this is nothing but a lattice, regular arrangement of ions or species leads to the formation of an entity called lattice. So Na plus Cl minus Na plus Cl minus ऐसा regular arrangement होगा. उस regular arrangement के time पे it will be releasing some amount of energy which is called as lattice energy. Or else you can also define lattice energy as the amount of energy required to break 1 mole of an ionic solid. In general, in chemistry, each and every definition is defined with respect to 1 mole. Yaad rakhna. Okay. So lattice energy is defined as the amount of energy required to break 1 mole of ionic solid into constituent gaseous ions. Is this clear? जब वो constituent gaseous ions के बीच में attractive forces बनेंगे, उतना ही amount of energy release होगा. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
जितना एनर्जी अभी इस प्रोसेस में रिलीज हो रहा है उतना ही एनर्जी आप लोग को सप्लाई करना पड़ेगा in order to convert 1 mole of ionic crystal into isolated gaseous ions. In the textbook, the definition for lattice energy is defined for the opposite reaction. You can write the definition of lattice energy in two different ways. It is the amount of energy released when the gaseous ions are forming an ionic bond to form 1 mole of crystal lattice. Or you can also define it as it is the amount of energy required to break 1 mole of ionic crystal into isolated gaseous ions.
Yes, sir.
Clear है? एक बार
Yes, sir.
एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन है ये, थोड़ा सा लॉजिक अप्लाई करते हैं. सपोज इफ यू आर फॉर्मिंग MgCl2, उस पर्टिकुलर केस में क्या होगा? Mg2 पॉजिटिव प्लस 2Cl माइनस gives rise to MgCl2 होगा ना. If you want to have the definition in this direction, it is the amount of energy released when 1 mole of Mg2 positive and 2 moles of Cl minus हो रहे हैं ना. Always on the right hand side you will always get here 1 mole. So यहाँ इस साइड से definition लिखना आसान होगा आपको. On the left hand side the number of ions may vary, the moles of ions may vary, but on the right hand side you will always form 1 mole of the ionic compound. So it is always easy to write the definition from the left hand side. It is the amount of energy required to break 1 mole of the ionic crystal into constituent gaseous ions. जितना भी ions बनने दो, I am always breaking 1 mole of the crystal lattice. I hope this is clear. ठीक है, let us write the definition of lattice energy. Again I can say lattice energy or lattice enthalpy. Lattice enthalpy is the amount of energy required to break 1 mole of an ionic solid or ionic crystal into its constituent gaseous ions. Is this clear?
सर
Oh, yeah, tell me.
सर एग्जाम में एक क्वेश्चन आया था रेगुलर टेस्ट में 9.
लास्ट में डिस्कस करें क्या? वो लैटिस एंथैल्पी के ऊपर है क्या? हाँ हाँ,
Yes,
वो
sir.
इसके ऊपर है. एक्चुअली रंजित सर ने पेपर बनाया था, उनको आइडिया नहीं है मैं कितना पढ़ाया, तो उसके वजह से वैसा हुआ था. करेंगे
सर ये
डिस्कस.
डिपेंड किसके ऊपर करता है लैटिस एनर्जी?
वी नीड टू एनालाइज दिस नाउ. अभी स्टार्ट किया हमने. नेक्स्ट सेक्शन वही है, ऑन व्हाट फैक्टर्स
Okay,
लैटिस
sir.
एनर्जी डिपेंड. ओके, ठीक है.
Okay, sir.
So overall in the formation of an ionic crystal, if you observe the steps, you have a sublimation step, you have an ionization, you have bond dissociation, you have electron gain enthalpy, and finally there is formation of ionic bond, which is leading to the release of lattice energy. Okay. Out of all these steps, identify exothermic and endothermic steps. Identify the steps as exothermic and endothermic. Step 1 जो है, is it exothermic or endothermic?
Exhaust.
Step 1 conversion of
Endothermic.
Endothermic.
I'm representing endothermic steps by positive, मतलब energy absorb हो रहा है. Okay. Second step, is it endothermic or exothermic?
Exothermic.
Endothermic.
Exothermic.
You need to remove an electron from the gaseous atom. You need to supply energy. Ionization energy is endothermic. Okay. Third step, bond dissociation. It is also endothermic. I need to supply energy to break the bond. Okay. Step 4,
Exothermic.
exothermic. Always the first electron gain enthalpy is exothermic. Okay. Lattice energy.
Exothermic.
It is
Exothermic.
exothermic. Okay.
Exothermic.
Okay. आप लोग थोड़ा सोच के ये बताओ. In order to have a very good bond, more and more energy must be released.
Can you repeat?
Yes.
Because more is the energy released. I am saying in order to have a strong bond, in the process, more and more energy must be released. क्योंकि जितना ज़्यादा energy कम हो जाएगा, उतना ही ज़्यादा stability मिलेगा, right? So
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
you need to focus on the steps which are exothermic, and also you need to focus on the steps which are endothermic. Endothermic steps has to be less endothermic, मतलब कम energy supply करना पड़ेगा हमारे side से. And जो energy release हो रहा है, if it is more and more, the ionic bond formed will be a better ionic bond. Last, the exothermic step which actually decides the strength of the ionic bond is lattice energy. क्योंकि इस process पे वो bond formation हो रहा है ना, right? If more and more energy is released during this particular step, उसका उल्टा क्या है? The reverse step is nothing but breaking of the bond. So if lattice energy is more and more, I can say the strength of the ionic bond is more. The ease of formation of the bond depends upon this ionization energy and electron gain enthalpy. The ease of formation of bond. The strength of the bond depends upon lattice energy. If the ionization energy is less, I can easily remove the electron, or the effort I am putting from my side will be less. If the electron gain enthalpy is more, it will immediately accept that particular electron, right? समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
So an ionic bond can be immediately formed if I am having a high electropositive element, right, and a high electronegative element. The strength of the ionic bond depends upon lattice energy. और जो lattice energy किस वजह से generate हुआ, एक मिनट, ये फिर से हम next lecture में start करेंगे. एक बार सब लोग थोड़ा आइडिया लेते हैं. ये lattice energy किस वजह से रिलीज हुआ? Because of the attractive force between Na positive and Cl minus. ये जो attractive forces है, these are nothing but Coulomb's force of attraction. What is the formula for Coulomb's force of attraction? K Q1 Q2 upon R square. So in order to have high amount of lattice energy, you need to have high amount of charges, because it is directly proportional to charges and inversely proportional to the distance between them. Distance मतलब you need to compare the size of the ions. Already हमने periodic properties में इनके sizes कैसे compare करना है, मतलब positive charge कब ज़्यादा cation कब बड़ा होगा, कब छोटा होगा, ये सब comparisons हमने देखा है ना. the idea clear? Conclusion कर रहा हूँ. Next lecture में we will start from here. Don't worry. I am saying that
Sir, then
anything-
more the lattice energy, the more the compound gets stable.
exactly, more the lattice energy, more is the strength of the ionic bond. The strength of the ionic bond can be compared with the help of lattice energy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The ease of formation of bond can be compared with the help of this ionization energy and electron gain enthalpy. ये जो sublimation and bond dissociation सब ionic compounds में involve नहीं रहेंगे. इस केस में ये solid state में है, इसके वजह से sublime करना पड़ा, but it need not be all the time, right? So इसके वजह से मैं sublimation और bond dissociation के ऊपर ज़्यादा focus नहीं कर रहा हूँ. We are interested in the periodic property of ionization energy and electron gain enthalpy. If some particular atom is willing to lose electrons, उसका ionization energy बहुत कम रहेगा. So the effort which I need to put from my side will be less. So the ionic bond can be easily formed. Similarly, if something is readily gaining electrons, again the process will be fast. So the ease of formation of ionic bond will be more. The strength of the ionic bond depends upon this particular energy. Because if I want to break the bond, I need to supply this particular lattice energy to convert into isolated gaseous ions. And this particular energy depends upon the attractive forces between the formed cation and formed anion. Attractive forces कब ज़्यादा रहेंगे? Whenever the charges are more and whenever the distance between the ions is less. This R is nothing but radius of the cation plus radius of the anion. I hope that is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will discuss further points in the next lecture. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.